The entire world is participating in an occult CV-19 initiation ritual, although hardly anyone will realize it. The measures and policies which governments have rolled out worldwide ever since Operation CV-19 began, such as quarantine, lockdown, hand washing, mask wearing, social distancing and more, are in fact aspects of occult initiation ritual. These aspects have been cleverly adapted to the current pandemic and disguised as genuine public health strategies. As I covered in previous videos, this pandemic is a 9/11 type event which has been meticulously planned for decades. The people who run the world, whom I often call the New World Order conspirators, leave very little to chance. They are black magicians, and they are running this live exercise in a similar fashion to how they run their secret satanic rituals. In both cases, the goal is the same. To take initiates out of their normal mode of existence, break them down, engender submission, remold them in the likeness of their leaders, and then finally, return them to a new normal where they cannot return to their old ways and lives. CV-19 initiation ritual. Lockdown and quarantine, or isolation. Any good ritual requires preparation. The first part of an initiation ritual is isolation. This isolation serves to separate the initiate from the mundane, of the world, affairs of his life. It is often done by cutting all ties with the outside world. Sometimes, the initiate may be sent into a dark room or cave. This also suggests a coming rebirth from a dark womb. Nowadays, this isolation also requires separation from technology and everything that comes with it: phones, computers, emails, social media, etc. The sensory deprivation sends the initiate afloat where she is less tethered to beliefs and behaviors. In Operation CV-19, the lockdown and quarantine were the isolation aspect of the ritual. Those aware of the situation noticed that quarantining an entire community of healthy people was a contradiction in terms, because the very word quarantine means a state, period, or place of isolation in which people or animals that have arrived from elsewhere or been exposed to infectious or contagious disease are placed. Thus, by definition, one cannot quarantine uninfected, healthy people. One can only quarantine infected, sick people. However, the agenda was to isolate people by any means necessary to achieve the first step of initiation. Before I continue the video, please smash that like button for me. Thank you. CV-19 initiation ritual. Hand washing, or rejection. Another element of the ritual has been the obsessive and compulsive focus on hand washing. While hand washing in general is a good hygienic activity which can help limit spread of disease, Operation CV-19 has taken it to a completely new level of OCD anxiety, by design, of course. Symbolically, the washing of hands is reminiscent of the story of Pontius Pilate from the Bible, who washed his hands of the matter regarding the fate of Jesus of Nazareth and refused to either punish him or set him free. From this perspective, hand washing is about rejection. But who or what is being rejected? The old normal of freedom. CV-19 initiation ritual. Mask wearing, or censorship, submission, dehumanization, alternate persona. Mask wearing is a huge topic in many ways. In my previous videos, I covered some of the medical reasons why wearing a mask is not only medically useless if you want to protect yourself from CV-19, but also potentially harmful to your health. However, there are many layers deeper when it comes to the ritualistic aspects of masks. Firstly, masks connote censorship, the covering of one's mouth, gagging, and the suppression of a free voice. Think how many images depicting censorship show a person with tape over their mouth. Censorship has been a massive part of this agenda, even before it officially happened, with all the Event 201 aficionados practicing their simulation for hours about how they would control the official narrative and censor alternative viewpoints. Secondly, masks symbolize submission, the giving up of unrestricted access to oxygen. This entire agenda is not about the virus, it's about control. It's about forcing people to submit to the will of the NWO manipulators, even when it is legally and medically unwarranted. Thirdly, masks are reminiscent of robots. They are dehumanizing. They remove one's ability to see fully into another person's face. They create distance and separation in people, make it harder for us to communicate via body language, and make it harder for us to have empathy for others, since that empathy is often based on truly seeing another person. Fourthly, masks are often used by the elite themselves at their parties and rituals. Remember the satanic sexual orgy scene from Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut. Masks hide identity. They hasten the death of the old identity. Masks create an alternate persona. This ties in with the incredibly important theme of satanic ritual abuse, or SRA, and mind control. In mind control, a handler uses torture and abuse to force the victim to dissociate. This is where their minds split off and detach from reality in order to deal with the tremendous pain which is being inflicted upon them. It's an inbuilt mental defensive strategy. However, in doing so, the victim creates multiple alters or personalities which are disconnected from their base personality. These alters do not know about the existence of other alters, thus the victim can be programmed to do things, for example, become a sex slave or an assassin, and not recall doing them, because an alter can be triggered to come forward and then return to the subconscious after the event. When it comes to mind control, masks are symbolic of the hidden aspects or personas of ourselves, which the NWO controllers are deliberately targeting with their subliminal propaganda. CV-19 Initiation Ritual. Social distancing, the new normal. Once the ritual heads towards completion, the initiate comes out into a new mode of thinking and a new manner of behaving. He is remade in the image of his handlers or manipulators who conducted the ritual. In the case of COVID, the end goal is the new normal, where everyone is permanently separated and disconnected, as well as tested, tracked, contact traced, monitored, surveilled, medicated and vaccinated. Social distancing is really anti-social distancing. It's all about removing the human touch from our interactions. That touch is what makes us human. The overarching goal of the ritual. Destroying the old and creating the new. If I were to sum up the entire CV-19 initiation ritual with one concept, it would be this old, tried and true one. Ordo ab chao. The Hegelian dialectic. Problem reaction solution. The phoenix rising out of ashes. All of these phrases point towards the same method. Destroying the old to make way for creating the new. This method, in and of itself, is not bad, it's all about how it is used. The true purpose of ritual is to alter one's mind and character, and it can be done consciously or unconsciously, wittingly or unwittingly. Ritual can be used for white magic just as much as black magic. For example, you can use this technique to conquer destructive habits within yourself and become a better person. It's just that in the context of the worldwide conspiracy, this method is used by the NWO conspirators to make the world a less free, less peaceful, more controlled and more hierarchical place. Operation CV-19 is a worldwide ritual, and its many elements are highly symbolic. People are being led along as unwitting participants without a clue as to how they are unconsciously supporting the deeper agenda, for example, by cooperating with their own enslavement, acquiescing to ridiculous restrictions, and even actively policing their fellow citizens. The fact that this fake CV-19 pandemic is a ritual is not surprising, given that the inner core of the NWO are Satanists who practice black magic. As surviving whistleblowers attest, some of their satanic rituals involve rape, hunting humans like animals, mass orgies, drinking human blood, cannibalism and child sacrifice. We must remain vigilant to the deeper symbolic aspects of this agenda if we are to truly retain our rights and our freedom in the face of this darkness. Comment below with more topic ideas for me to discuss. As a lot of care and hard work goes into this, likes and subscribe, let me know I'm doing a good job. All is appreciated greatly. You may not agree with everything from the content I post. Apply critical thinking and use discernment to come to your own conclusions regarding the content. Thanks for watching this video. This Everything Inside Me channel. See you on the next video. Stay safe and healthy.